Good evening, Mr. Ravinder. My name is Melanie, and I'm going to report about lead innovative thinking and practice. So, the report would be all about the introduction of the business, which is the Sims hardware, the current position of the Sims hardware and the problems being faced, the four techniques and tools that can be used, conditions of innovation, issues that impact on individual and creative thinking, the innovation drivers and enablers, the personal leadership style, knowledge transfer, risk association with innovation, the resources required for the innovation, and the strategies to foster workplace culture and the potential barriers and risks to innovation. So we will start with the introduction of Sims Hardware. Sims Hardware is one of Australia's largest hardware retailers, and in the early 1950s, the business repositioned due to the boom in the housing, which was renamed simultaneously to Sims Hardware, with its continuous expansion to now 138 stores and approximately 10,000 staff across the country. Um, the Sims Hardware Company is facing obsolete business technology, operation, and practices that has led to decrease in revenue. So, the four that techniques and tools that can be used to generate new ideas and innovative thinking would be brainstorming, foresight tools, concept maps, and creative thinking matrices. So, the core of innovation is creative thinking and idea generating. It is essential that businesses should come up with new ideas and solutions to solve important and pertinent problems. So, brainstorming is described is an effective problem solving and idea generation technique. Foresight tools would the need to change perspective, which enable a person to take a different look at a situation. Concept maps would be going over these similarities, and the overview of both will be able to generate ideas for its solution. And creative thinking matrices would be to break the problem into parts and establish connections. The conditions of innovation, according to Lee, the drive comes from within, the intrinsically motivated individual which push them to pursue their dream. The challenging activities energized to be persistently and consistently go over their goals would be energy. This includes the will to face the challenge of old business models, dealing with organizations' pushback and frustration. Creative friction would be the interaction among members. Structure would be the team should have a structure to effectively collaborate. And lastly, would be experimentation, the ability to think and act experimentally and change course if needed. So, the issues faced that would impact on the individual and collective innovative thinking and creativity. So, to move forward with a business, a set of metrics have to be set to measure innovation. To ensure the business is in the right direction, innovation metrics allow one to see the activities achieve the results through guide the resource allocation process, accounts the team of their action and responsibilities, and assess the effectiveness of the innovation activities. So, what are the innovation drivers and enablers of Sims hardware? Every industry is challenged by changes in technology constantly, and to stay on the game, these industries have to respond to that challenge. Design thinking is an important skill that employees should be trained in. It is a customer centric approach to brainstorming new ideas and solving problems, a key component leaning towards innovation. Employees' participation in divergent and convergent thinking is a part of design thinking process that covers phases such as um, empathize, observe and engage the customers to discover their needs and wants, define what stood out as the maximum needs that customers talk about, define the actual problem, envision the concurrent and diverse ideas noted will ignite brainstorming potential solutions to the problems. So, aside from that, there would also be prototype. The top idea will be selected, start with prototype building will be noted, test to try the prototype on the customers and test the product or service based on their feedback. Design thinking helps to enhance creativity and provide companies with a better understanding of their end users, develop and deliver products that employees develop according to their customers' wants. Leadership. A leadership style traditionally emphasizes an important influence on the organization's innovation. According to Aragon Korea, transformational leadership has a positive effect on innovation, the positive effect and direct effect on the learning, whereby the leader encourages the creativity by soliciting ideas, taking risks, and challenge assumption. The leader willingness to accept risks and mistakes is the initial step in the organization's innovation. So throughout history, great leaders change and shape civilizations as we know it. Leadership skills that were progressive. Leadership can be defined as a management activity through which the leader secures the cooperation of others in pursuit of a vision. The transformational leader idealized influence on a degree in which the leader behaves in an admirable way that paves way for the subordinates to identify with the leader, display conviction, and take stand to the emotional level of the subordinates. Endowed as having great personal capabilities by the subordinates, transformational leaders are inspirational motivators to a degree where he or she articulates the vision towards the subordinates, communicates optimism about the goals, set the high standard, and provide meaning for the task at hand by providing clear and set expectations that subordinates would want to meet. Knowledge transfer is defined as the method of sharing information, abilities, and ideas across different departments in a business. It encourages innovation and boosts efficiency. So when transferring knowledge to multiple areas, there are a variety of approaches, such as identify and collect knowledge, capture and store knowledge, transfer and share knowledge, and apply knowledge and measure results. Um, the risks associated with innovation are competition, which the organization will only have a competitive advantage if competitors will not be able to replicate. Uncertain commercial return, future revenue from the innovation move is not guaranteed. Availability of the budget, the cost of investing in innovation is very high and risky. The resources required for innovation in the organization, the returns cannot be expected if there is no investment of resources. So to achieve this, the organization has to allocate money, the people, which would be the top performing personnel, time, and equipment. The strategies to foster a workplace culture capable of encouraging innovation. A clear understanding of the market, this enables both the technological and cultural perspective of the organization. It is important for the stakeholders to go beyond generation of ideas, but to turn this into strategic guiding principles that enhance its products and services. So according to Conrad, creating a culture where all team members feel he or she has some level of autonomy to be able to think independently and find new ways to solve the problems. The organization should encourage the employees to take action on innovative ideas and not just produce continuous concept every time. So what are the potential barriers and risks to innovation? Some would be the intent, which is the simple act of just giving up on the innovation idea. The need do not feel anymore the need to pursue the innovation. Options limiting the ideas instead of the continuous flow of the ideas, and the environment acquiring support for the new idea is politically complicated. So the performance reflection as an innovation and development consultant, the metrics is a good lever of innovation. The innovation metrics are in place to make sure that process in place can reach the goals. They are divided into two different categories, namely input metrics and output metrics. The input metrics measure the activities if the activities can reach the goals and whether the resources are allocated properly. While the output metrics are, on the other hand, measure whether the activities and resources have had the desired impact on the innovation process. Output metrics measure the results, the innovation investment returns. So in the end, reaping significant benefits is one of the critical skills for achieving success in any organization. If it helps to solve the problem, generate profit, increase market share, and edge the organization against its competitors. So last would be the references for this presentation. Thank you.